Is your dream vacation turning into a nightmare? Reports of a deadly hantavirus outbreak are surfacing, and many are wondering if it's time to cancel their cruise plans altogether. But before you hit the rebooking button in a panic, let's take a closer look at what's really going on. Before we continue, if you want to stay on top of everything happening in US politics, hit that subscribe button right now and leave a like. It really helps this channel grow. So, hantavirus. The name alone can send a chill down your spine, conjuring images of unseen dangers lurking in unexpected places. This particular outbreak has, understandably, put cruise ships back on the radar. Cruise lines are a massive part of the travel industry, and with people eager to set sail again after a long period of uncertainty, any news that suggests a threat to passenger safety is bound to grab headlines. The fear is amplified because hantaviruses are known for their severity, with symptoms that can progress rapidly and have a high mortality rate in some cases. When you think of a confined environment like a cruise ship, the idea of a contagion spreading can feel particularly potent. However, the experts, the very people tasked with monitoring and managing public health threats, are offering a different perspective. While acknowledging the seriousness of hantavirus itself, they are emphasizing that the risk to the average traveler, particularly on a cruise ship, is actually quite low. This isn't to dismiss the severity of the disease for those who contract it, but rather to provide context about the actual probability of encountering it in this specific scenario. When we talk about hantavirus, it's crucial to understand how it's typically transmitted. The primary route of infection is through inhaling virus particles that become aerosolized from rodent droppings, urine, or saliva. This usually happens in enclosed spaces where rodents have been present for a long time, like old cabins, storage areas, or in areas where cleaning hasn't been thorough. Cruise ships, despite their size, are meticulously maintained environments. Health and safety protocols on these vessels are often incredibly stringent, far more so than in many land-based accommodations. Think about it, cruise lines have a vested interest in ensuring the health and well-being of their passengers. A widespread outbreak of any kind would be catastrophic for their business. Therefore, they invest heavily in sanitation, pest control, and ventilation systems. Health authorities, like the CDC, work closely with these lines, conducting regular inspections and setting high standards for hygiene and disease prevention. The specific outbreak that has raised concerns involved a small number of cases, and investigations are ongoing to pinpoint the exact source and mode of transmission. It's important to differentiate between the potential for hantavirus to exist in the environment and the likelihood of it causing an outbreak on a well-managed cruise ship. While it's technically possible for a rodent to be present on a ship, the chances of it leading to widespread human infection are significantly reduced by the rigorous cleaning and containment measures in place. Experts point out that many outbreaks of hantavirus occur in more remote, rural areas where people are exposed to rodent habitats. Directly think about cleaning out a shed or a cabin that hasn't been used for years. The cruise ship environment is fundamentally different. So, what does this mean for you if you're considering a cruise? It means that while it's wise to be aware of potential health risks wherever you travel, an outbreak of hantavirus on a cruise ship is not a common occurrence and is actively being managed and mitigated by the industry and health officials. The key takeaway from the experts is that the immediate risk to passengers is minimal. They are not recommending that people cancel their planned vacations based on this particular situation. Instead, they encourage travelers to remain informed, follow standard hygiene practices, and trust the protocols that are in place. Who is most affected? In reality, the direct risk to the vast majority of cruise passengers from this specific hantavirus outbreak is extremely low, according to health professionals. The concern is more about public perception and the potential for panic to override rational assessment. The possible outcome of this situation is a heightened awareness of infectious diseases in travel settings, which can be a positive thing if it leads to continued diligence from both operators and travelers. It's a reminder that even in the most controlled environments, vigilance is important. However, it shouldn't paralyze us or prevent us from enjoying activities we love, especially when the actual statistical risk is so small. So what do you think about this? Are you still planning your cruise, or has this news made you reconsider? Drop your opinion in the comments below. I read every single one. The seas are vast, and the opportunities for adventure are many. Stay informed, stay safe, and continue to explore the world with confidence.